Greetings, everyone. All right, so we're here today to look at a rumor from 4chan. So, take it with a very copious amount of salt. As you can see on screen, the rumor is pretty simple. So, I heard through the grapevine that Todd Howard is going to step down after Shattered Space and retire, and then someone from Microsoft is going to take over. And if you're here for like me to make a fool of myself and say, "Oh, hey, check out this 4chan rumor. It's going to totally happen, bro. I know it's going to happen, bro," and then me never to talk about it when it doesn't happen, yeah, get ready for disappointment because I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in this rumor. In fact, if it wasn't for what's going on at ZeniMax right now, I would say this is absolutely bunk. But there's just enough going on that makes me have to say, like, I could see this happen. And I'll give you the two reasons why I think this might happen. And that's really more of the point of this video, is to actually discuss why I think Todd Howard actually might step down. One, Microsoft is taking over ZeniMax. Matt Booty is now in charge. ZeniMax has lost their creative autonomy. How much, we don't know, but they are going to start be answering to Microsoft proper. And, we're not going to get into the reasons why that happened, because that would be a whole rant in and of itself. Two, look at this from Todd Howard's perspective. He wanted to make this game for over 20 years. Over 20 years, he wanted to make this game. He had to be thinking of this game some nights before he went to sleep. How many times he had to pen ideals down for his ideal space RPG for 20 plus years. He had to fight the ZeniMax board to get this game made. And then it turns out how it did. Where more people are now playing Skyrim than they are playing Starfield and Steam. Where interest has dropped from the general audience 88% according to Google Trends. Where the community lambasts the writing, the gameplay loop, the characters, the companions, the world building, the environments, the procedural generation. I'll be honest, like, there's not one thing I can really think of that this game really did particularly well, to the point where if you don't vibe with this game, I vibe with it. I enjoyed it because I vibe with it. But if you don't, I can still give this game a negative score. A lot of people consider this Bethesda's worst game. And this isn't like some small, really vocal minority. It's, other than the Xbox fanboys, this game has a really either mid general impression with the general audiences, or it's considered lackluster or to bad. After all that, Todd Howard might not have the drive to keep going. He might not have that oomph anymore. This was his magnum opus and it failed. Even if you believed it didn't fail, you have to concede that it was lackluster to mediocre at best, if you're being objective. And I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted this game to be amazing, or at the very least, Fallout 4 in space. Like, I would have been happy with Fallout 4 in space, and it wasn't even to that quality. And you really cannot blame Todd Howard, because to fix this problem, there's a lot of things that need to get done. Firstly, they need a new engine. I mean, Pete Hines, he was the marketing guy. He had a lot of influence over game design, and Slash v Slash has talked about how much influence he's had before. Can't remember most of it, but a good chunk of people blamed him for some of the more lackluster features in their previous games and bad decisions. Now he's gone. So that's like one problem solved, because now Xbox marketing can handle it properly. And then you have the writing. You need a brand new writer. Emil needs to get gone. And Emil, I guarantee you, Emil and Todd are friends. And how do you tell your friend, hey, look, we need a new head writer. You're not cutting it. That's, let's be honest, that's kind of ruthless. Like, Todd has worked with Emil for many years. And I don't know, like, if he would really have in it, like, that would be something Matt Booty would have to do. Matt Booty would have to let Emil go. Because I think it'd be way hard on Howard to have to fire his friend. Or at the very least, demote his friend. And Todd might not just have the wherewithal to just go through all that. So he might be like, hey, stepping down, calling it quits, hand it over to someone who will probably reform Bethesda. The Bethesda will be restructured. They might switch to Unreal. We don't know because Gamebryo it needs to get gone. And that would suck that this is how Todd Howard goes out. He made some of the greatest games, that we played growing up, that a lot of us grew up with. I mean, I was never a PC guy until like later in life, but I mean, even the PC guys, Morrowind, Daggerfall, those were considered banger games in their day. Like those games really helped shape some of your favorite content creators on YouTube that are on the older side, and they're still fun to play. For the younger generation, you guys can go in there. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, you're gonna learn why the hell we had game manuals back in the day. You're gonna learn why we had to read through like a manual before we started playing the game. But they are good games. At the end of the day, I'd rather Todd Howard stick it through and go out on a high note with Elder Scrolls 6. But with all the changes that need to happen in order to make Elder Scrolls 6 the game it needs to be, that's going to really we're really going to see Elder Scrolls 6 get like delayed by a good chunk of time. Unless the decision to switch to like another engine has been made now, before the game's gone into any serious production. And even then, we're going to see delays because you're going to have to retrain the entire studio. So, Elder Scrolls 6, because of Todd's age, would probably be his last game. And worse, it might just be Microsoft's decision. And Microsoft might have decided, like, hey, Todd, 76, Fallout 4 wasn't really super well received. It did okay sales, but wasn't well received. And now Starfield, like, that was supposed to be a console seller, and it's practically dead after 2 months. You have to get gone. And that's a corporate decision that, we as fans can't fight. And maybe Microsoft wouldn't be wrong there. Maybe Todd doesn't have it anymore. Sad to say that, but it happens. We don't want it to happen, but it happens. And so, really, at the end of the day, there's nothing happy to say about this. Our best chance is that it's not true. Matt Booty tells them they're getting a new engine, gets a new rider, and Todd has a chance to go out in a bang with Elder Scrolls 6, which is going to be probably a launch title due to delays for the next Xbox. And that's like our best case. That's all I got to say about this. Thanks all for tuning in, listening to this rant. Peace out, everybody.